CA Nesbitt Arena. Tom O'Brien along with Peter Pollock. And Peter, thanks for filling in there. Bruce Cameron not able to make it tonight, but we look forward to an exciting game here against the Southwest Cougars.
Well, thanks very much, Tom, and I sure hope so. Maybe it'll be as enjoyable of a game as the last week's Brandon Wheat Kings game, which was really exciting for everybody to watch.
Well, the one of the really telling stories last week, or 2 weeks ago when they were playing Brandon, was that Brandon kept fighting back, and then the Northstars fought back on their own, and they didn't let the Wheat Kings take control of that game. The Northstars kept reestablishing their control.
And there was no doubt about that, Tom. The other thing that the Northstars do, and part of the keys of the game there, will be 1, staying out of the penalty box, and 2, front end pressure when they get into the southwest end and staying on them, and get it on the defenseman right away as soon as they get the puck. So right off the bat here, Galarno wins the draw here for the Northstars. Ross going back for it. Monger picks it up in behind the Northstars net, puts it out front, gives it away to Young there, and they get a shot away. Nice save there. Brendan Melstad in net for the Northstars here tonight. One of the few Saturday games that we get to see Brendan Melstad play, and I think it's probably the first for you here, Tom, to watch him play.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen him play here on home ice this year, so I'm looking forward to it.
Galarno now getting it back to the point at Ross. Ross now shooting it in behind the net. Coming around on the far side, Stuckless, who was a big key player for the Northstars here last Saturday against the Wheat Kings with a 4-goal night. Galarno keeping it in at the blue line, fires it back in. And good front end pressure here by the Northstars right off the bat. Now Southwest trying to get it out. Long lead pass. Here comes on a breakaway. Southwest shot, scores! What a goal there, right over the glove hand side. And that's number 21, Bryce Young. And I was going to comment on their top line, but the top line between Young, Fontaine, and Andrew, really quite the line here for the Cougars, and they're their main go-to guys. And Young with great speed going up the middle and wide open.
Well, he is their leading goal scorer, and he just added to that. He has 21 now on the season.
So 54 seconds into the first period here, and the Southwest Cougars taking an early lead. Gudmundsson now losing the puck at the blue line. Linklater coming back the other way for the Northstars. He gets a shot on net. Nice save there. In net for the Southwest Cougars is Randy Cook. He's 6 feet, half an inch, and 188 pounds. So a medium-sized goalie at today's standards, but probably still some time there for him to grow a little bit more. Northstars, Halcrow keeping it in at the blue line, dumping it deep. Pass out front, Cougars intercept, coming out the other way through the neutral zone. Gunnarsson couldn't take that pass, and it goes all the way down the ice. And icing was waved off. Tate Riom thought it was going to be an icing. Doesn't play it. Northstars trying to come back the other way. Skatch going through the neutral zone, gaining the control of the line, firing it out front. Southwest coming back now, intercepting the pass and going the other way. Tate Riom bashing it forward, and the Southwest Cougars dumping the puck in. And picking it up for the Northstars is Logan Evans, who's called up, and he looks very good out there when he's been playing back on the point for the Northstars and when he's been called up. And nice to see him back out there today. Hunter Rambo passing it up front into the neutral zone. Tate Riom, it's out of his reach. Cougars now coming back the other way. Dalglish pushing it forward. Muchaguganap now gets it in over the red line, and he fires it in. Southwest Cougars goalie Cook now playing it in behind the net, fires it up the boards, trying to get it out. Intercepted there by the Northstars. Murray getting a shot on the net, and Cook making the glove hand save and hanging on to the puck.
Logan Evans in the lineup for the Northstars. We'll have a chance to talk to Michael Lafreniere in the second intermission, head coach of the AA midget team, and find out they're having a pretty stellar season and defending league champions in their weight class. So we'll have a chance to talk to him again, and I guess the provincials here in March as well for the AA midgets.
Going undefeated so far this year and doing quite well, but Logan Evans, I'm sure, a key part on that for the midget AA team. Weber keeping the puck in here at the blue line for the Southwest Cougars. Puck in behind the net. Pass out front. Barcelo couldn't get the puck. Fired out. Whitlock picks it up for Cougars. Pass through the neutral zone. Cougars now trying to go in, and that'll be called offside there. And the referees for tonight's game, Barry Rempel and Matt Violet, are the two refs. Jack Kennedy and Donnie Mitchell are the two lines here today.
Just one assist on that goal there by Young earlier for the Cougars, and that was Whitnick assisting.
Go. Nice win there by Galarno, pushing the puck forward, and Cougars now intercepting the puck, dumping it in. Nychuk going to pick it up. Tate Riom hits him in the corner. Pass goes out to the far side. Tillsbury picking it up on the far side for the Cougars. Kept in at the blue line. Tillsbury again on the far side. Tate Riom intercepts from him. He's got Monger with him. Manger now going to pick it up in the corner. Galarno losing the puck. Hunter Halcrow couldn't keep the puck in. Tate Riom loses the puck. Pass comes out front. Southwest Cougars with a shot, and Barcelo couldn't quite get it in. Manger now picking it up on the far side, bats it off the boards, kept in there by the Cougars. Galarno has it now in his own corner, tries to get it up to Stuckless. He bats it over to Manger. Manger now going through the neutral zone, trying to get the puck in. He was swarmed there by the Cougars, and they're going back the other way. Here comes Fontaine again. Look at the speed with Fontaine coming through. Intercepted there now, and the North Stars going with a wholesale change, and the Cougars coming out of their own zone. Leidig now dumps the puck into the corner. Logan Evans going back to pick it up in behind his own net, gets it over to Parker. Parker now battling for it in the corner. Cougars come up with it, pass it back to the point now. Cougars shot with the point, and a nice save there by Brendan Melstad on the glove hand side. He's a left-handed glove, so the face-off will be on the left side there.
These two teams have met a couple of times already this hockey season, back in October and early December. Both wins for the Cougars. I think 6-2 and 5-3 the two scores, so the North Stars hoping to do a little better here tonight.
Parker picking it up after a win on the draw there by the North Stars over to Logan Evans. Passing it up to Muchaguganap through the neutral zone. Intercepted there by Lawrence for the Cougars. Rambo now picking it up for the North Stars, and he tries to dump it in. Guganap gets checked there, and the Cougars now able to fire the puck up on the close side here. Battle for it in the neutral zone, and the North Stars fire it back in. Lawrence picking it up for the Cougars. Pass across in front of his net. Now to Park in the neutral zone. Park trying to come up. Fires it in. That could be icing. It's waved off. Caleb Ross now picking it up for the North Stars in behind his own net. Ross up to Murray. Murray coming, passing the puck up. Intercepted by Weber for the Cougars. He fires it right back in, and Caleb Ross going to pick it up again in his own corner. Cougars keeping it in. Ross trying to get it out. Murray couldn't bat it out. It's kept in by the Cougars at the blue line. Battle for it on the far side boards. And coming up with it is Michael Venn in the corner, and the Cougars intercept. Now they have it. Good battle for both teams in the corner there in the North Stars zone. In behind the net. Cougars coming up with it. Hit there by Murray. Kept in at the blue line by Weber. Good battle. Weens now firing it across to the far side. North Stars hemmed in. Can't get the puck out of their own zone. Fortin now on the ice. That's not one person you want to have on with the puck. North Stars fire it out, and Cook makes the save on the far side. Ooh, Cougars trying to get the puck out of their zone, and they do. Tate Riom picks it up in the neutral zone. He fires it right back in for the North Stars. Manger now trying to chase it down, gets it in behind the net, right out front to Venn with a shot. Just a little bit wide there. Cougars now have it in behind their own net. North Stars getting some pressure on. Cougars trying to get the pass out. Manger intercepts, keeps it in at the blue line, fires it towards the net. And a battle for it, and Parker keeping it in at the blue line for the North Stars. Good pressure here. In behind the net now, Galarno has it, trying to chase it down to the far side. Puck comes out of the blue line, and the Cougars trying to dump it in and get a line change. Sure enough, Barcelo does fire it in. Nychuk chasing it down. Has the puck in behind the North Stars zone, passes it out front. With it, pass over, and a nice shot there, just wide of the net by the Cougars. And here comes Tate Riom now the other way for the North Stars. He's firing the puck in. Manger now trying to get it. Goes into the corner, bats it in behind the net. Cougars coming the other way. Firing it up. Logan Evans couldn't quite keep it in at the blue line, but has it in the neutral zone. Pass goes back all the way into the North Stars zone in behind the net. Skach has it, tries to skate it out. He's checked there, still has the puck. Somehow Berard comes up with it, gets it over to Skach again, gets over the red line, takes it into the Cougars zone. Now Hunter Halcrow now with a pass across, and the North Stars couldn't quite get the puck in. Pass over to the far side. Here comes the Cougars coming in. Back to Fontaine. Shot just wide of the net. Sketch now going the other way with Berard up to Hunter Halcrow. 4-on-2. Northstars, nice passing play. Linklater over to Halcrow. Another pass out front, couldn't quite get it in. 2 fan shots there by Halcrow and couldn't get a shot on net with a 4-on-2. Great opportunities and a great passing play, just couldn't quite connect on the final. And look at this, Andrew over to Brigden, who gets a goal there. And Brigden, we were talking about this before the game there, Tom, but what a big boy he is. At 6'2.5", 270 pounds.
There won't be too many people laying him out, I don't think, in this hockey game. We're going to take a break. It is 2-0 now for the Cougars. You're listening to Northstar Hockey on the Arctic Radio Network and Thompson Online.
Bringing the game back to 2-1 here for the Cougars, but it was Venn from Nepatabo with a beautiful goal, wide open net by the time the pass came over to Venn, and he was able to put it in.
Well, that's a big goal for the Northvan Northstars, because I think they were feeling a little bit deflated. They had started to take the play to the Cougars. The Cougars came back on one rush, and bang, 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 it was in their net, and suddenly they're up 2-0. Now it's 2-1. A little bit of life here, and Michael Venn back with the Northstars the last 3 weeks now, and they like him in the lineup. He certainly adds a lot.
Yeah, he played defense last year and back to the forward here this year and doing quite well up there. Fortin now over to the far side. Dalglish picks it up for the Cougars in behind the Northstars zone, gets it back to the point to Lawrence. Lawrence now to the far side. Shot away there and a good block by the Northstars. Here comes Rambo the other way. Rambo with Murray. Rambo taking it into the corner. Hitting a deep check there. Murray picks it up in behind the net. Alex Murray now, penalty coming here to the Cougars. Murray right up front, and Rambo couldn't quite connect there. Shot from the point, Hunter. What a save there by Cook. Wow, and great pressure there by the Northstars, and a couple of opportunities, and a penalty for holding here coming up to the Cougars. Didn't quite catch which number it'll be here, but we'll catch that right away. And what a great opportunity here for the Northstars to get to tie the game here, but power play coming right away.
Looks like
Cody Shearer going off here for holding for the Cougars.
Assists on that second Cougar goal were Andrew and Fontaine. So again, some of their big guns assisting on that goal. A win on the draw there by the Northstars, and Galarno taking the shot, and it went up over into the netting. So the faceoff will come out of the blue line here, and Manger taking the draw here for the Northstars. Manger winning it back. Galarno gets it over to Halcrow. Halcrow now taking it in over the blue line, gaining the zone, putting it into Manger. Picking it up as Halcrow in the corner, has Stuckless on the point. Gets it back to Stuckless. Stuckless now with a move and check there by the Cougars, but they were able to keep it in. Halcrow over to Stuckless. And Andrew picking it up, firing the puck down the ice, and Melstead picking it up for the Northstars in behind his own net. Halcrow picking it up now. Back to Galarno. Galarno going in behind the Northstars zone in net. Coming out. Passing it up to Halcrow, going through the neutral zone. Check there. Nice job by the Cougars in stifling the zone entry there by the Northstars. Stuckless checked again by the Cougars, and Cougars firing it down the ice, killing some valuable time. 1 minute left in the power play here for the Northstars. Manger now leaving his own zone. Gaining the Cougars zone, gets it over to Stuckless with a shot and just a little bit wide of the net. Berard picking it up on the far side, getting it down to Manger. Can't quite handle the pass, comes to the point here. Tate Riom can't keep it in, now he has to go back for it. In his own zone by the ringette line. Tate Riom going over the red line, gaining the Cougars zone, taking it deep into the corner in behind the net, tripped up there, pass out front.
Murray picking it up in the corner for the Northstars. Kept in by Logan Evans, and now the Cougars going the other way as they get it out. Tilbury couldn't quite handle the pass. He fires it in deep. Melstead stopping the puck in behind the net. Northstars Berard picking it up and pass right up the middle to Alex Murray. He trips on the blue line. I've seen my son do that quite a bit in his hockey career. The ever elusive blue line. Melstead making the save on a dump in by the Cougars. Northstars coming up. Blacksmith now with a lot of speed going through the neutral zone. Coming in, gaining the zone. Penalties over here for the Cougars. Now they're back to full strength. Park coming. Gaining the Northstars zone. Gets a shot just wide and high of the net there. Lawrence picking it up in the neutral zone here for the Cougars. He fires it in. Parker going the other way now for the Northstars. Back and forth action here, and Parker still going in. Has it in the corner, trying to get the pass out front. He's checked. Cougars now gain the puck and trying to get it out of their own zone. Dumping it out and getting it in through the neutral zone and firing it in. And going in behind the Northstars net. Whittick now keeping it in on the far side for the Cougars. Get the shot on net and a nice save there by Melstead. Parker now picking it up for the Northstars, trying to get it out. He's checked. But gets the puck up to Venn, and he gets it across over to the far side. Nepotabo now with a shot, and that goes wide into the corner. A couple of good saves there by Cook, actually. And Rambo trying to pick it up in the corner. Venn gets it back to Halcrow. Halcrow now cutting to the middle, gets it over to Tate Riom. Tate Riom on the far side on the point. Couldn't quite control the puck. He loses it, and it goes out on the zone.
We'll take another break. It's 2-1 for the Cougars. You're listening to Northstar Hockey on the Arctic Radio Network and Thompson Online.
Northstars most popular player at the game day table in the locker.
That's our guys. Nice save there by Cook.
Cook made the save. He wasn't sure where it was. He was kind of looking around, but it was in between his pads on the ice and keeps that puck out. 7:16 to go in the opening period. Norman Northstars and Southwest Cougars back and forth. A pretty good period of hockey so far.
Well, shots are 8-4 for the Northstars here, and they got great pressure, and Cook is doing really well in the Cougars net there and lapping up and making sure there's no rebounds there either. Daglish now with the puck through for the Cougars, trying to get it out of his own zone. He does, gets it over to Whittick on the far side. Logan Evans trying to get it out. It's wrapped up in the linesman's skates, but Evans gets it back. Passes it over to Parker. Parker now to Stuckless. Stuckless to Manger on the far side. Gains his zone. Manger, nice little move there. Goes into the corner. Still has the puck. Passing it out front. Goes in behind the net. Galarno out front to Stuckless with a shot, and what a save there. Stuckless again. Back to Galarno. Galarno with an open net, and he shoots it wide. Out front, Manger scores! What a goal there by Charles Manger. Great pressure by the Northstars, and with a pass from Stuckless in behind the net, making the game 2-2 with 6:41 left in the first period. Beautiful job by the Northstars.
Well, the Northstars moving that puck around, something we haven't always seen this hockey season, but they've become a little bit better of it here in the last month or so, and we've seen it a couple of times here already tonight. And they had the Cougars kind of chasing their tails, and eventually wide open nets, not able to hit the puck or hit the net, but Manger right in front, and he put that in and tied this hockey game.
It was a never say die attitude with that line there out there. They never gave up and always kept the pressure on, and it was a great job by Manger in putting the puck in the net finally after about 3 or 4 chances there. Northstars now Linklater getting it over to Skatch. Skatch now up to Berard. He tips it in right on Cook, and now Cook covering the puck up, and that'll be the face-off to his left, which is his glove hand side, deep in the Cougar zone.
We'll have the head coach of the Southwest Cougars as our guest in the first intermission, Dennis McNish. He'll be up here, and Dennis has been the coach for a while now. We'll have a chance to catch up to him and see what he thinks of this hockey season and the chances of his hockey team the rest of the way.
Cougars now trying to get the puck out, and again the North Stars keep it in. Blacksmith with a nice move, and oh, it just had his pocket picked right at the last second there. Park now coming back the other way. Great speed there, back to Park. Oh, couldn't quite connect on the pass there. Venn comes back, grabs the puck, gets it over to Halcrow. He fires it down the zone, flips it up, and Blacksmith trying to chase it down. And that was an icing. And yeah, they're calling icing, so Venn had to go off as he's injured. So I saw that Mitchell was trying to call him back.
So Venn has gone to the dressing room actually to get checked out.
Yeah.
He missed a lot of this hockey season already. Hopefully it's nothing too serious and we'll see him back.
No, he's had quite an injury-filled year here this year, and don't need to see him out there as he was one of the goal scorers here in today's game. And oh, what a couple of tips there right in front of Brendan Melstead. It wasn't a hard shot from the point, but it was tipped about 2-3 times, and Melstead was able to cover up there and prevent it from going in the net.
It really started to bounce around. I think it bounced over Tate Rayon's stick, or maybe he actually redirected it just a little bit, and Melstead didn't know where it was going. He just basically flopped on it and tried to keep it out.
Parker now with the puck off the draw, goes in behind the net, fires it up to Murray along the boards. Murray now fires it up over to Much Guggenap. Guggenap now coming in over the blue line with a shot. Nice save there. Another shot again. Oh, and another one. And there they are. What a goal there. Holy cow. Hunter Rambo on the third or fourth opportunity that the North Stars had, and Cook was making all kinds of save and had no support from the defense there on the Cougars, as Rambo was able to pot the third or fourth rebound there that Cook had let up.
Well, it's amazing here. The North Stars had fallen behind 2-0, but they've scored the last 3 goals and now lead this hockey game 3-2. And Venn, Monge, and now Rambo, the goal scorers for the North Stars.
And Stuckless dumping the puck in, gets the puck into the corner, in behind the net now, over to Galarno. Galarno now with it out front. And Cougars intercept there and try and get the puck out, and that's Fontaine and Park. Look at Park coming in with a shot and a nice save there by Melstead. North Stars now trying to go back the other way. Intercepted by Monge, coming in on a breakaway. Monge, shot. Oh, what a save there by Cook. Great job there by the North Stars, and Monge intercepting the pass from D to D on the Cougars, going in on a breakaway. Cougars now trying to get the puck out, kept in by Oya. Evans now intercepted, going back the other way. 3-on-1 on the Cougars here. Nice shot and a good save there by Melstead. Ooh, Stuckless coming back with a big hit. Here comes Parker now going the other way, trying to get the puck deep so the North Stars can go for a change. Whittick now with it for the Cougars, going in behind his own net, skating nicely through the neutral zone here, up to Andrew. Andrew now over to the far side. Parker came back and intercepted the pass. Puck kept in by Shearer at the blue line here for the Cougars. And again kept in by Shearer. Parker now going back for it in the corner on the far side. Skatch gets it, dumps it up to the blue line. Whittick keeps it in on the far side. He dumps it deep. Andrew picking it up in behind the North Stars zone for the Cougars. And intercepted there by the North Stars, coming back the other way. Pass too far for Linklater. He couldn't quite catch it. And it gets dumped right back in the North Stars zone. Melstead plays it, gives it up to Skatch. Up to Berard. It was in his skates. Now the Cougars coming back the other way. Fontaine has it in the neutral zone, gets it over to Weens. He passes it over to the far side. Cougars trying to get the puck back in. Pass goes to Weens. Great play by Melstead coming out to play the puck. Gets it up. Kept in by the Cougars. Fortin now gets a shot in on net, and Melstead with a save. Good job on the blocker side.
3:17 to go in the opening period. The North Stars leading 3-2 now. You're listening to North Star Hockey on the Arctic Radio Network and ThompsonOnline.ca.
Shots on net without saves and needed some help with some clearing of the puck there from his own defenders. Rambo now keeping the puck in for the Northstars on the near side. Penalty coming up to the Cougars. Looks like another holding the stick penalty here. Number 9 for the Cougars, that's Zach Whitnick going off.
That'll be power play number 2 here for the Norman Northstars. Just 2:41 here to play in this first period, and now 2 minutes up there of penalty time against the Cougars. The Cougars able to escape the first one without any harm done. See if the Northstars can increase their lead here. They're leading right now 3-2 after falling behind 2-0.
Manger taking the draw, he loses it there, but it goes into the corner, and Halcro able to keep it in at the point as the Cougars were trying to fire it out. Galarno on the far side now. Gerard passing it in front. Manger couldn't get the puck. Lawrence picking it up for the Cougars, couldn't get it out. Manger has it over. Wow, and Stuckless was on the corner of the net there, couldn't quite put it in. Halcro keeping it in at the point. Nice job there, gets the puck back. Backhand on towards the net. Manger fans on the shot there, and now they're battling for it in behind the net. Lawrence has no stick. One of the defenders for the Cougars, Stuckless, picks it up on the near side corner here, passes it out front, and Manger couldn't quite connect there. Berard has it in the corner now. Back to the point, Galarno. Over to Berard. Sorry, that's Sketch on the far side. Back to the point of Halcro. And good job by Andrew for the Cougars, putting the stick in front of him, and the shot went right up into the netting.
That was exactly the play the Northstars were trying for. They were waiting for their player to get in front. He did that, but as you say, Andrew ready for it, put his stick there, and it went high up into the netting, and now forced the face-off down in the Cougar zone. The Cougars trying to get back into 8th spot and get themselves into playoff position. They're 1 point out of that right now.
Shot from the point, and Tate Riom just high and wide. It would have been good for a field goal, but it was high and wide in the hockey game here. Melstead now making the save as the puck was shot down by the ice by the Cougars. Tate Riom in behind his net, gives it to Berard. Berard trying to pass it over to Parker. Tate Riom comes up with it, gains the zone, going into the corner now on the far side. Pass out front over to Murray with a shot. Nice one-timer. And the Cougars were able to get the puck and fire it down the zone. Melstead now passing it over to Parker. Parker has it in behind the net. Leaves it for Berard. Berard skating, coming up with it through his own zone. Going through the neutral zone now, gaining the Cougars zone, taking it deep into the corner. Passing it out front. Muchaguganap there with the puck. Now Alex Murray trying to chase it down. 1 minute left in the first period here, and 15 seconds left in the power play here by the Northstars. Tate Riom passing it over, keeps it in at the blue line again, fires it into the corner. Murray has it, gets it back to Berard, back to Riom. Tate Riom with a shot deflected there by Guganap, and it was just up over the net. The penalty's over here, and the Cougars back to full strength. Muchaguganap with a shot just wide of the net. Tate Riom keeping it in at the blue line. Nice job there. Pass goes into the near side corner here. Alex Murray battling for it, still has the puck, loses it to the Cougars there, and the Cougars finally get it out of their zone. And Tate Riom now trying to push it forward. Barcelo coming back the other way for the Cougars. 15 seconds left in the period here. Northstars would love to get out of here with a lead. Barcelo with it in the corner, tries to pass it out front, intercepted there by Alex Murray. Now he's going back the other way, hit there by Nychuk. He dumps the puck in, and that'll do it for the first period. 3-2 lead for the Northstars, and shots 21-7. When have you ever seen that here in the last little, you know what, against the Brandon Wheat Kings last weekend?
Yeah, they really did take it to the Wheat Kings in the opening period. And, you know, even last weekend, I thought it was a misprint, but I'm told that that's what it was. They outshot the Winnipeg Wild on that game on Sunday by a pretty good margin. Just couldn't buy a goal. But
the Thrashers.
Or the Thrashers, sorry,
yes, and they were out shooting them horribly, and even in the whole game. goes into the Northstars zone, and the Cougars now trying to get it. Whitnick having the puck, trying to keep the puck in at the blue line. The Northstars pushing it out, and Fontaine trying to get it back in. Parker scares him off from the puck, and the Northstars trying to fire it out, and it goes off a stick and into the netting, so there'll be a face-off. Looks like just outside of the Northstars zone.
You know, it was a 6-2 loss back on October 22nd for the Northstars. Hunter Hallcrow, Tristan Galarno scoring in that contest, and Randy Cook was in net, as was Melstead, and Cook a .929 save percentage, Melstead just .857, so that could be maybe one of the differences. Doing a better job here tonight than certainly favoring Melstead.
Well, and the Northstars getting quite a few shots here in today's game, so we'll see what happens in the second period, but right now skating well here still. Tate Riom with the puck in behind his own net, trying to get the puck up the boards. Not moving his feet was Skach, and he was kind of standing there, and the puck went by him, so the Cougars still with pressure, and a nice shot there by Park, and right over the glove hand side on the short side on Melstead, and that ties the game at 3.
Well, you know, Peter, you see some people out there standing around. You know that the coaching staff and the Norman Northstars see that as well, and I'm sure they'll be having some conversation saying, look, if you're out there, you got to be moving your skates or feet, and you got to be doing something. And that's what happens when you don't, and we've seen that a few times where the defenseman or somebody's just kind of standing around and more in the way than anything else.
And in that case, it was one of the wingers on the Northstar side. It was Skach on the near side boards here, who wasn't moving his feet. The pass came to him, and it was out of his reach. Cougars intercepted, and a nice backhand shot there by Park, and it was a nice shot, bar down basically on the glove hand side. Cougars now with the puck in behind their own net, trying to get it up on the far side. Weens trying to chase it down. Parker on him in the corner. Weens out front. Oh, and tripped up there right into Melstead was one of the Cougars players. The net's off, and the whistle is finally blowing, but Murray is going in on a penalty here for what the ref decides will be tripping. But dangerous play, both players going into Melstead there, but he looks okay, moving his arm around a bit there.
Yeah, he looked like he was not sure exactly what kind of shape he was in, and he's up and around and doesn't look like he's going to do anything but stay in the net here. This is the first power play chance of this hockey game for the Southwest Cougars. It comes at the 18:01 mark of the just a minute 59 here into the second period.
Young winning the draw back, and Whitnick now has it at the point. Straddling the line, intercepted there by Stuckless. Stuckless now chasing the puck down. Has a man with him. Stuckless into the corner, loses the puck. Parker gets it at the blue line, fires it back in. The Northstars have to clear the zone, and now they chase it down. Whitnick has it in the corner, takes it in behind his own net. Stuckless checking him. They fire the puck down the ice, and Parker fires it back out. Stuckless gets it at the other blue line, coming in. Tries to make a move with a shot. Oh, just up over the net. And on wide of Cook's glove side. Young now for the Cougars going down the far side. Dumps the puck in behind the net. Fontaine picks it up on the near side corner. Gets it back. Check there. Whitnick has it at the blue line here for the Cougars. Andrew now trying to dump it in. And the Northstars dump it all the way down the ice with 1 minute left in the penalty here in the power play for the Cougars. Whitnick has it in behind his net. Gets it over to Young. Young gaining the neutral zone, coming in. Takes it deep into the near side corner. Gets it back to Fontaine. Battle for it on the near side boards. Berard's in there. Puck goes out. Manger trying to chase it down. Whitnick picks it up here for the Cougars. Passes it to Andrew. Andrew now gets it up to Boyechko. Boyechko fires it in. Melstead plays it over to Parker. He can't get it out. Kept in at the blue line by Young. Young now keeping it in. Going into the corner. Checked there by Manger. He dumps it high off the glass, and it goes off the netting.
Well,
16:08. Sorry, Tom.
well,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Northstar doing a pretty good job here killing off this penalty. They haven't given up any shots on it. In fact, especially Stuckless had one or two good opportunities down. He got a shorthanded goal last week and was looking for more of that here tonight, or 2 weeks ago.
Fortin now losing the draw there to the Northstars. Halcrow picking it up. Trying to dump it down the ice was Tate Riom. Penalties over here for the Northstars, so they're back at full strength. Tate Riom poking the puck forward. Kept in there at the blue line by the Cougars. Fortin has the puck. Nice move there and a shot just off the post. Cougars now trying to get the puck out. Halcrow had an opportunity to check his man and let him hang on to the puck. Good job there by Berard on poke checking the puck and getting the puck out of the Northstars zone. And Murray and Tilbury collide, and both with their knees, and I don't know who's going to get called, but it looks like Murray might be getting called for kneeing.
Well, we talked about it in the intermission there. The Northstars did a great job in that opening period staying out of the penalty box. Now it's been the opposite as they've taken 2 penalties here in the first 5 minutes of this hockey game, the latest to Murray, and no shots by the Cougars on net in that opening and the first power play, but this face-off is coming down in the Northstar zone to get things going here right off the hop.
Young taking the draw here for the Cougars. He wins it back to Whitnick. Whitnick has it at the point. Passes it over to the far side. In behind the net. Park now grabs it on the near side boards. Has it in the corner. Park back to Fontaine. Fontaine along the boards over to Park, and Park a little bit of miscommunication there. Parker picks it up now and he tries to fire it out, and he does. Nice bounce backhand, gets it out of the zone. Whitnick picks it up in the Cougars zone, takes it in behind his own net. Now skating it out, up to the neutral zone. Nice moves there by Young. Gains the zone on the near side. Or sorry, that's Park now. He has it in the corner, in behind the net. Cougars try to get it out front. Park gets it back in the corner. Northstar's doing a good job of keeping the Cougars to the outside. Whitnick now has it at the point. He fires it and it goes wide of the net. Cougars pick it up in the corner on the far side. Pass right across to Park, and Park with a shot. Boy, is he sharp when he gets the puck.
Well, he is one of their goal scorers, and he has one here today already, so he had the goal in the opening couple of minutes of this second period to tie this hockey game at 3.
Fortin now taking the draw here for the Cougars. He wins the draw. Goes back to Lawrence. Lawrence straddling the line, fires it in. It goes into the corner on the far side. Cougars now with the puck. That's Bridgeton, and he's a big boy. He got the second goal for the Cougars. We were talking about a little earlier, not a lot of speed with Brigden, but 6'2.5", 270 pounds, and man, can you see it when he's out there. Like, you know, he looks like Bufflin out there.
Well, you know, you read stories or hear stories about Chris Walby, who made his career playing football in the Canadian Football League as an offensive lineman, being a hockey player in the MJHL in his early days, and you got to think that's what he looked like out there too.
Sheesh. Brigden now with the puck, passes it back to the point. Shot from the point there by the Cougars, and it goes a little bit wide. Northstars still trying to kill off the penalty. 10 seconds left here in the penalty kill for the Northstars. And the whole plan for Brigden when he's out on the ice is to get in front of the net, as you can tell. Tate Riom now with it in behind his net, trying to get it out. Penalties over for the Northstars. Alex Murray's back on the ice, but the Cougars still have the puck deep in the Northstars zone. They have been carrying the play here in the second period, and the play has been complete in the Northstars zone here in the second period.
We'll take a bit of a break. It is 3-3. You're listening to Northstar Hockey on the Arctic Radio Network and ThompsonOnline.ca.
absolutely everything that we said were key to the game for the Northstars, they did in the first period, and they're doing the complete opposite here in the second period. And the Cougars are carrying the play on them, and Barcelo trying to now get the puck in deep into the Northstars zone. He checks Caleb Ross into the boards. Tilbury now trying to keep the puck in for the Cougars. Battle for it along the boards. Puck comes out. Caleb Ross gets it over to Dustin Parker. He fires it up to Nepotabo. Couldn't quite get the pass. Tilbury now going the other way for the Cougars. Gains the line. Tilbury now coming in. Shot. What a save there by Melstad. Covering up and no rebound. Nice job there. 12:29 left in the second period here. 3-3 tie. Shots 21-12. So the Northstars have not had a shot here in the second period, and we're almost halfway through.
Well, and you know, again, it just goes to what you talk about. When they get into penalty problems, they are not the same hockey team, and we'll see if they can get this ship righted here before too long.
Maybe they'll be watching this on Shaw later, and or listening to a replay here, and understanding maybe some of the keys to the game, as we can call it, the CHTM turning point. Right? Chudley now with the puck here for the Cougars, going in through the neutral zone. Nice couple moves there, and good job carrying the puck. And Halcrow trying to bat the puck out, and it goes off the netting, and the face-off will be just inside the Northstars blue line.
So we'll have Michael Lafreniere, who's head coach of the Thompson King Minor AA midget team, as our guest in the second intermission. It's an interview that we did a little bit earlier this week, and we'll have a chance to talk to him. They are unbeaten in league play. He does acknowledge that sometimes some of the teams they're playing are not of the highest quality, but regardless, they are winning those hockey games, and looking forward to competing for the provincial in the provincials as well.
Cougars with some opportunities again, but Northstars finally able to get it out, but Skatch not getting the puck now. He does in through the neutral zone, coming in, gaining the blue line. Skatch with a shot, nice save there by Cook. Linklater trying to get some pressure here on the Cougars. Kept in at the blue line by Logan Evans, and again, he looks so calm back there. Just a fantastic job. I really love seeing the guys coming up and contributing like that, and Logan Evans really looking good out there. Barcelo now with the puck for the Cougars. He fires it into the far side. Cougars come up with it. Now Logan Evans comes up with it. It was in the referee's skates, and Evans able to get it up to Linklater. Over to Skatch. Skatch gaining the blue line. Passed it in. Nice job there, and a deflection by Berard with the shot on net. Cook making the save. Puck comes back to Tate Riom. He fires it off his stick. Cougars now going back the other way. Firing it up. Tate Riom intercepting there at the blue line. But goes into the Northstars zone. Caleb Ross picking it up, taking it in behind his own net, fires it across to the far side. Tate Riom picking it up on the boards. He gets almost like a slew foot there, and sure enough, that's going to be a call for tripping here on the Cougars.
Well, this is the first penalty against the Cougars in the second period. They had 2 penalties called against them in the opening period. This is Weens going off for the Cougars, so the Northstars have a chance to try out their power play. First time in the second period. They were 0 for 2 in the opening period, and the score is 3-3. The Cougars went up 2-0 in the early going, but the Northstars battled back, made it 3-2 before the end of the period. The Cougars 1 goal here in the second period to tie it, and that's the way things stand right now.
Monge wins the draw back to Halcrow. Halcrow over to Stuckless. Right in front, Monge now intercepts a shot and then tries to get a backhand on to Cook, but he was able to make the save. Actually, a pretty good crowd here tonight for the Saturday night. If we look on this side and everything, and nice to see the people out. It's been great Saturday night games here, and for those that are at home and have an opportunity to come down, they're at home for the next 3 weekends for 6 games in a row here. So come down and support the team here for the rest of the year. Oh, a shot at the point, and Monge with another deflection. Stuckless with it in behind the net. Gets it back to Galarno at the point. Galarno now with a shot. Nice save there by Cook. There's Skatch with another shot, and a good save again by Cook. Cougars trying to get the puck out, and they do, and Halcrow getting the puck in his own zone, curling back, passing it over to Stuckless. Stuckless back to Galarno, up to Skatch. Skatch gaining the zone on the near side, stops, passes it back to Galarno at the point. Galarno with a shot. Oh, and almost a deflection there by Monge. He gets knocked down in front. Galarno keeping it in at the point. Stuckless loses the puck on the far side boards, and the Cougars are able to shoot the puck down the ice and go for a change. Galarno now in behind the North Stars zone, leaves it there for Manger. Manger now skating it out, gets it up to Halcrow, gains the line. Halcrow coming in, nice move there, cuts to the middle. Another shot, and Cook makes the save. Manger on the near side boards, passing it in the corner. It's intercepted there by the Cougars and dumped out of the zone, and the North Stars have to clear the zone. And look at this, out on the far side was the Cougars player Tilbury all by himself. He gets a shot away and a good save, glove hand save there by Melstad. Halcrow passing the puck up. Good job here by Murray gaining the line. Murray coming in with a shot and off of Berard's leg. And the Cougars are able to clear the zone again. Tate Riom over to Muchaguganap, back to Tate Riom. And intercepted there. Murray has it in the corner, tries to get it up, back out, intercepted. And the penalty is over. Cougars have killed the penalty kill here, and the North Stars unable to capitalize on the power play. But look at this! What a pass and a great shot by Guganap. Muchaguganap all by himself in front of the net, and he gets it in. Making it a 4-3 lead here for the North Stars right after the Cougars had just killed their penalty.
Well, it's not a power play goal for the Norman North Stars, but it's just about is, as the penalty had just ended. Muchaguganap, his 9th of the year, and he's a player that didn't get off to the fastest start, but he's just gotten better as the season has worn on, and he's rewarded for his efforts here tonight as he has put the North Stars up by 1 once again. They started this period up 3-2. It was tied up, and now the North Stars have a 4-3 lead with 8:31 to go. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Norman North Star Hockey on the Arctic Radio Network and ThompsonOnline.ca.
Makes the save. And you were talking about how Henry Muchaguganap had a little bit of a slower start, and thank God he did too, because it took us about half the season to get his name right. So for those of you that do not know what Muchaguganap's name is spelt like, you really have to look at it, because it's basically the whole alphabet, and you wonder how we say Muchaguganap when you read it, but that's the way it's pronounced.
Most
apparently.
people call him Much.
Yeah, or Guganap is what I said when I got excited there, so I apologize to Henry there and his family, but it was one of the things that I first tweeted at the beginning of the year. I was worried he was going to score a lot of goals and I'd have to say his name, so fortunately we got used to him.
Yeah.
The Cougars now have the puck in behind their own net, trying to get it out, and they do. Weens comes up with it, intercepted now, and Skatch coming back the other way, gets it over to Berard. Berard on the far side, coming in over to Skatch, and he couldn't quite connect on the pass there. Skatch now with it again on the near side, gets a shot away. Linklater now with the backhand out front, gets it back to Halcrow at the point. Halcrow keeping the puck in, over to Skatch. Cougars now trying to get the puck out, fired across to the far side. Fortin now picking it up on the far side, he dumps it in, and the Cougars trying to get a change here. Tate Riom trying to get it out. Andrew keeping it in for the Cougars. Tate Riom trying to get it out. Andrews gets it in again, he has it in the near side corner, passing it out front. Nice job there by the North Stars coming back and intercepting the pass, going the other way now. Tate Riom cutting across. Cougars now getting it out. Weens here on a break, has Andrews with him. Weens coming in, passing it over. Nice save. What a job there by Melstead coming across on Andrews for the Cougars.
Well, that is the best save by either goalie here so far in this hockey game, as it was almost a 2-on-0. And the North Stars kind of getting caught there, trying to think offense and not worrying so much about the defense. And Melstead bailed them out.
Yeah, it was a great job by Brendan Melstead coming across there and making the save. Parker now getting the puck in the corner, batting it up to Manger. He couldn't quite handle the pass, and it was kept in at the blue line by the Cougars. Caleb Ross now picking it up, getting it over to Parker. Now over to Manger on the far side. Manger has a man streaking up the far side. That's Nepotabo trying to chase it down, and they're going to blow it down for icing, as Nepotabo almost got caught up to it to alleviate the icing, but not quite.
Not quite. He was probably about 1.5 steps behind that puck, and that'll bring the face-off all the way back down to the North Stars zone.
I was looking, you don't realize how big Marco Nepotabo is. He's only 5'10", but he's 222 pounds, and
That's a solid boy.
yeah. And every now and then you can see it. Oh, what a shot and a goal there by the Cougars. Right in the top corner, off the post and in. It looked like Bryce Young there. And sure enough, that's who it is. And I think that's the Cougars' leading point getter.
Well, that is his second goal of the game and his 22nd of the season. And you're right, he is their leading goal scorer.
Wow, does he have soft hands?
And you know, there was a case of the North Stars just kind of taking it easy. All of a sudden, bang, 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 and that puck's in the net. And here we go again. I mean, the North Stars just got to, I don't know.
Barcelo batting it in. And Hunter Helcrow getting it out. And sure enough, here comes Rambo the other way. Good speed here. Rambo with the puck. With a shot and a nice save there by Young. Murray battling for it in front. He gets a shot and just wide of the net. Rambo out front again. There's Murray batting it out of the air. What a goal! Wow! Alex Murray batting the puck out of the air from Hunter Rambo and Henry Muchaguganap all in on that goal. What a great job by that line, not giving up and coming right back and giving the North Stars a 5-4 lead with 5:55 here left in the second period.
Well, you know, we saw that 2 weeks ago against the Brandon Wheat Kings. The North Stars had built a pretty good lead. The Wheat Kings earned or worked their way back, but the North Stars didn't give up. They didn't fold, and they just kind of kept doing their thing, and that's what happened here again. The Cougars have come back and tied this game a couple of times, but the North Stars keep taking that lead.
Wow, and here come the Cougars back the other way, and a great blocker save there by Melstad. And here comes Stuckless up the far side. Stuckless now coming in. Pass over to the near side here to Galarno. Galarno now trying to fire it back in front of the net. Manger intercepts there. And here come the Cougars now back the other way. Boychuk firing it in. Brigden now trying to chase it down, or lug it down, I guess, from his perspective. Here comes Halcrow now for the North Stars, coming in, hit there by Brigden, and he shoots the puck in on net, and Cook makes the save and hangs on to it with his glove hand side there.
Yeah, usually some of these midget players, I mean, some of them are 150, 160 pounds, and then you get the guys that are 220, 230, 240, or in this case, he's listed as 270 pounds. That's a big lad.
That is, yeah.
Like, you must feel him coming.
It is amazing. Weens now with the puck. He kicks it up ahead to Fortin. Fortin has Dalgleish with him. And the North Stars trying to get the puck out, and they do. Fortin has it in the neutral zone for the Cougars. He pushes it forward, and the North Stars coming back the other way. This line here with Muchaguganap, Murray, and Rambo with lots of pressure, just like a bunch of bees out there, just all over swarming the Cougars here. Tate Riom has it at the point. He gets a shot away. Probably one of the fastest shots I've seen him get away all year. Good job, and the Cougars now trying to get the puck out. Murray keeping it in. North Stars trying to go on a change here. Berard, Skatch, Linklater out for the North Stars. Chasing the Cougars down. Cougars going in. Nice job by Skatch coming back. He grabs the puck going the other way now. Gets it over to Berard. Berard going through the neutral zone. Checked now by the Cougars. Cougars dragging the puck in, and they blew that offside. 4:13 left in the second period here. A 5-4 lead by the North Stars, and it's just like as exciting as the Brandon game last weekend.
Yeah, it's much more exciting when the game is close and the score is close, and that's what we're seeing here. Those games that get to be 6-0 or 6-1 after the second period are not nearly as exciting.
Yeah, and it's not like watching one of the Kenora games, which is a steady streamline to the penalty box by both teams, including the shows by the coaches. This has been a really entertaining game, back and forth, and not dirty, and just good skating all around.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the defensive stellar performances that we've seen in the past on some games, but Lawrence keeping it in for the Cougars. Fires it just a little bit wide of the net. Cougars first to the puck in the corner. Gets it back to Young. Young has it. check there by the North Stars. Trying to get the puck, and it's a battle still on the near side corner. Caleb Ross now picking the puck up, getting it over to Logan Evans. Up to Linklater, trying to get it over to Skatch. It was out of his reach. Young picking it up for the Cougars. He tries to pass it to Andrews, but it was behind him. Andrews had to go back for it. Now he picks it up, but Logan Evans picks it up, and he loses the puck in the neutral zone. Young passes it back to his defenseman. Gets it over to Andrew. Andrew now fires it in, and he chases it down into the North Star zone. Caleb Ross picks it up, fires it up to Skatch along the near side board. Skatch, tries to pass it through the neutral zone. Andrew knocks it down, but Linklater picks it up, gets a shot away, and that's blocked by the Cougars defenseman. And Young going the other way, chased down by Blacksmith. Young leaves it to Andrew, coming in on a 2-on-1. Good job by the North Stars defender to intercept that, and that was Halcrow. Andrew fires it deep into the zone. Young picking it up in behind the net for the Cougars. Boyechko now coming in off the bench. Cougars keeping it deep in the North Stars zone, and the North Stars trying to get it out. And sure enough, here comes Machaguganap. 3-on-1. Machaguganap passing it over to Halcrow, and he just shoots it high and wide. Oh, what an opportunity there for the North Stars. Now the Cougars coming back the other way on a 2-on-1. Good job by Linklater coming back. Good check there, and the North Stars, Parker, slashing the Cougars player. He didn't have his glove on, and he slashed him on the hand, and you can see the Cougars player was just shaking his hand when that happened.
We'll take one more break here. 2:11 to go in the second. 5-4 for the North Stars. You're listening to North Star Hockey on the Arctic Radio Network. Tom's Online.
We have adult beverages, fellowship fun in the Walmart room up at the Convention Room. Enjoy that at the second intermission.
Now keeping the puck in for the Cougars. Cougars with all kinds of pressure here near the end of the second period. North Stars would love to come out of the second period here with a lead. Nice pass right in front here for the North Stars. Galarno coming in, gets over the red line, dumps the puck in. Manger trying to chase it down. Cook picks it up for the Cougars. He tries to fire it around the boards. It's intercepted there by the North Stars. Alex Murray trying to get to the puck. Cougars come up with it. They're going the other way. 3-on-2, 4-on-2 now. With a shot and then high and wide on a 4-on-2. Now we're going back the other way, and the puck is out of the reach of Manger. And the North Stars trying to get the puck here, but the Cougars come up the other way. Tilbury now gaining the zone with a shot. What a save there by Melstead. Rebound, and he covers up.
That was a dangerous play as that Melstead made the initial save, and then the puck was bouncing around there. Cougar players screaming in on him, but he was able to finally corral it, smother it, and force a whistle here with under a minute to play in the second period. The North Stars came into this period leading 3-2, and they continue to lead this hockey game 5-4 right now.
A little bit of penalty trouble earlier in the period, but better in the second half of the period and able to get some shots down on the other end. But Cougars holding much of the play here in the second period today. Logan Evans picking the puck up, tries to poke it forward. Cougars come up with it. Tilbury in front, and what a save there by Melstead again.
Tilbury all alone had that puck right in front of Melstead. I think he is not exactly sure how he did not score, as he had the whole net there, but Melstead gathered that puck in, made another stellar save. Having a great night here he is for the Norman North Stars. You wonder, he gave up 2 goals in the first 4 shots, but he's been pretty solid since then.
And Tilbury, one of the smaller players at 5'7", but you look at his stats here, 190 pounds, and you can see it, he's pretty square when you look at him. Machaguganap now getting the puck forward. Weber picking it up for the Cougars. He tries to get it out. Tilbury trying to push it forward and kept in at the blue line here by Logan Evans. So the Cougars still hemmed in their own zone here now. And they fire the puck out going down for icing. With 12 seconds left, a 5-4 lead, and the North Stars having the puck deep in the Cougars zone here for an offensive zone faceoff.
Cougars given a better account of themselves on the shot clock here, out shooting the North Stars 13-10 so far. Still getting outshot in the game though, 31-20. The North Stars were all over the Cougars for most of that opening period.
Galarno taking the draw here for the North Stars against Tilbury. Now Tilbury getting kicked out. Going to his backhand, getting the puck deep, not able to get a shot away, so this will probably be the way the period ends here unless we can get a quick shot. Galarno unable to do so. He does get a shot off, it goes wide.
Well, the North Stars scoring a couple of goals in that second period, as do the Southwest Cougars. That makes the score 5-4. The North Stars were ahead 3-2 coming into the period. The Cougars have come back and tied it twice in the second period, but each time the North Stars have reestablished that one-goal lead, and that's where things stand right now. Other action in the AAA League, the Pembina Valley Hawks down the Kenora Thistle 6-2. The Wild are ahead of Yellowhead 4-2 this evening. Parkland leads Interlake 2-0. The Thrashers are trailing the Wheat Kings 2-0. And there's no score yet between Central Plains and Eastman. The Flin Flon Bombers up 1-0 over Notre Dame, and OCN leading Neepawa 4-1. Now with the third period, here is Peter Pollock.
Mange with the puck right off the bat. He dumps it in. Stuckless going in here on his backhand. Takes it in behind the net out front. Mange now with it right there. Puck bouncing, and the Cougars able to bat it out. Here comes Fontaine the other way, passing it up on the far side wing. Shot there, nice save by Melstad. Puck gets flung out, and here comes Stuckless and Mange again, 2-on-2. Stuckless fires it in. Going for a change. Fontaine now trying to go back the other way. Passes it over to Young on the far side. Over to Andrew. He's checked. Tate Riom gets the puck, loses it there. Fontaine tries to fire it up front. Mange comes up with it. Puts it off the board. Shearer able to keep it in. Andrew now going in behind the net here for the Cougars. Trying to fire it out front. Nice hit there by Tate Riom on Andrew. Puck still in the North Stars zone. Berard coming up with it for the North Stars. Carries it out over the blue line. Gets it up. Pass back to him. It's inside. Berard trying to get the puck towards the net. And the Cougars coming up with it. Now taking the pass out. Fontaine has it here on the near side. He shoots it in and goes for the change. Melstad now leaving the puck behind his own net for Tate Riom. Tate Riom trying to get it up over to Linklater. Nychuk checks the puck off of him, keeps the puck in, gets it back to Park. Park checked by Tate Riom. On the near side corner here in the North Stars zone. Berard coming up with it, loses it there, gets it back, fires it, not out of the zone, but now Linklater pokes it out. Tate Riom now passing it forward, over to Sketch. Sketch coming in on the near side boards, passing it over. Nice shot there by Rambo. Good save by Young. Puck coming back. Ross with a shot and another save by Young. Rambo now trying to get the puck. Loses it to Nychuk. He's coming down the near side. Ross coming back the other way for the North Stars. Tries to make a move there. He's checked by the Cougars. Going back the other way is Park. Getting it up on the far side. Back to Park coming in. Nice save by Melstad on the breakaway. Parker's tripped up. He gets the puck forward. Ross comes up with it now. There's a penalty coming to the Cougars. Mucha Guggenap couldn't handle the puck, and Young plays it, and the Cougars are going off with a tripping penalty here. Looks like going off will be 16, Boyechko.
This will be power play number 4 for the Norman North Stars. Either team's found the back of the net with the extra attacker. The North Stars have had to kill off 2 penalties. This will be the 4th time now that the North Stars have had the extra skater.
Carson Boyechko for the Cougars, actually from Brandon. So we've seen a few Brandon players here on the Cougars. And a bit of a surprise there with Brandon leading tonight on the
against the Thrashers.
The Thrashers here tonight. Galarno now coming up with the puck through the neutral zone, gaining it, coming in on the near side, taking it deep into the corner, now in behind the net with a pass out to Mange. Mange with a shot off of Andrew's leg, comes back to the point. Halcrow with it at the point, passing it over to Sketch. Sketch now back to Halcrow. Halcrow with a shot off the stick and off the netting.
I think that's the second or third time there that Halcrow and He's taken a good shot there, but it's been deflected up high over the net. Minute 21 still to go with the extra skater for the Norman Northstars. 16:56 to play here in the third period. The Northstars leading this hockey game 5-4. Looking for another victory here on Saturday night on home ice.
They got Parker on forward here on the power play, standing in front of the net. So sure, his dad is at home listening on the radio. That's Jim Parker at home, hoping that maybe one of the pucks goes off Dustin's back end there and into the net and maybe score another goal here this year. Scatch with the puck, passing it up. That's usually the guys that live in at my place. That's how they get the goals.
I see.
Yeah. Scatch now with it over to Galarno. Galarno losing the puck there to Park. Park dumps the puck down the ice. Melstead plays it in behind the net here for the Northstars. Gets it over to Scatch. Scatch carrying the puck out. He has bobbled the puck about 3-4 times, and he's checked there by Daglish, sorry. Parker now coming in, gets the puck over the blue line, back to Halcrow. Halcrow has it on the near side boards, gets it into the corner, fires it in front of the net, goes to the far side. Scatch has it now with a shot, just a little bit wide. Halcrow picks it up on the near side boards here. Halcrow with it, tries to dump it deep, and Cougars fire it back out. Not much going on the power play here, and the power play is over here for the Northstars. Southwest killing it off. Galarno trying to get the puck out, goes over to Tate Riom. Drew Tate Riom with a move right in front of his net there. Dangerous move, but able to come up with it, but now loses it. Boyechko able to keep it in for the Cougars. Barcelo trying to chase it down. Northstars a little bit nonchalant here, and they only have a 1-goal lead with 15 minutes left in the third period here still. Puck going over to Alex Murray now, going down the far side. Murray coming in with a shot. Oh, what a save there. Nice save by Cook for the Cougars. Great speed by Alex Murray going down the far side and getting a good shot away, and a good save there by Cook. Rambo now with the puck, making a couple moves in behind his own net. Tilbury on him. Tries to get it up to Murray. He does. Muchaguganap now coming in, gaining the zone. Henry Muchaguganap, what a shot there, and a good save by Cook off the shoulder on the blocker side. Alex Murray picking it up in the corner. Lean's getting it for the Cougars. He tries to get it out, and he does. Tilbury coming off. Didn't see the puck coming to him. He's a bit hurt, but the puck comes to him again. Linklater now intercepts in the neutral zone. He dumps the puck in. Cougars picking it up in their own corner. Whitnick with it on the far side, trying to get the puck out. Tate Riom keeps it in, gets it over to Berard. Berard tries to get it deep. Fortin intercepts here for the Cougars. He's coming back the other way, goes in behind his own net. Fortin now on the far side, trying to get the puck out. Scatch keeping it in for the Northstars. Scatch with a shot. Oh, and a good deflection there. Good save by Cook. Logan Evans with a shot from the point, and Cook able to save it and able to make a save there for the stop.
Just under 14 minutes here to play in this third period. 5-4 remains the score for the Northstars. You're listening to Northstar Hockey on the Arctic Radio Network and ThompsonOnline.ca.
Left here in the third period, a 5-4 lead for the Northstars, outshooting the Cougars 36-21. And now if you look above the Cougars net there, you and I can both see, but there's Michael Venn and Tanner Pilon, who are both out now with upper body injuries. And for Venn, that wouldn't surprise me if that may be his season.
Yeah, well, there's only 5 games remaining after tonight, and as we've talked about, he's missed a number of games already this season, and he makes a difference when he's in the lineup for the Northstars. That would be a blow here the rest of the way.
Yeah, he had a goal here tonight already. Yeah. I don't know about assists, but I know he did have 1 goal for sure.
Yeah, it was his first game back, I think, a couple of weeks ago against the Brandon Wheat Kings, and he was certainly a force in that in that hockey game. They didn't play him much in the opening period, letting him kind of ease back into the lineup. But once he got going on his regular shift, he certainly made a difference, and much more balanced attack for the North Stars, able to roll two pretty solid lines.
I don't know what's going on here, but Cup 1 or 2 of the... You're having a discussion over at the Cougars bench here about certain players, and...
Well, that was an icing, so maybe some players are trying to sneak off there, and the officiating crew trying to get the right players back on the ice.
Well, no, not an icing. The face-off is just outside of the, so it might have been a shot over the boards or something there, but Galarno taking the draw here for the North Stars. Park comes up with it for the Cougars, going through the neutral zone, comes in, gains the zone, carrying it along the near side boards. Park still with a nice move there, nice toe drag and a backhand, and what a save there by Melstead. Manger comes up with it, gets it up to Stuckless. He's unable to control the pass. And comes up with a puck and gets a shot just wide of the net. And Manger has it now in the corner. Loses it there. Barcelo tries to pop it out, and he does. North Stars come up with it into their own zone. Halcrow now gains the Cougars zone. He gets a shot away, and a good save there by Cook. He hangs onto it with his glove hand.
Good thing he held on to it too, as Manger was in there looking for a rebound and would have been able to bang away at it pretty strenuously. You know, you talked about how the North Stars were acting a little bit nonchalant there, and both teams have done that at times. All of a sudden, the pace just picked up here in the last minute, and I think the North Stars are a better team if the pace is faster. They seem when they're trying to slow it down, they get too nonchalant and start making mistakes.
You're absolutely right, and they're fumbling the puck. It's like when the pace slows down, they can't keep the puck on their stick.
Yeah.
Rambo now grabs the puck, backhands it into the Cougar zone. Cougar defenseman comes up with it, passes it up to Tilbury. He deflects it off the boards. Tate Riom comes back for it, gets it over to Ross. Cougars now, Gudmundsson fires the puck in, and he goes to chase it down. Caleb Ross up to Tate Riom, over to Alex Murray. Alex Murray has Berard up ahead, gets it up to Berard. Stops at the blue line. Goes to Murray. Murray now trying to gain the zone, can't do so. Cougars push it back the other way. Hunter Rambo comes back, picks it up. Rambo now for the North Stars. Gets it over to Caleb Ross. He bats it up off the boards into the neutral zone to Berard. Over to Tate Riom on the far side. Tate Riom lugging it down, gets a shot away. Nice save there by Cook. Cougars now coming up with the puck. Tilbury dumps it in. Right on Melstead. Melstead covers the puck up, and he hangs on for the whistle. 11:22 left in the third period. A 5-4 lead here. No scoring here in the third period, but shots 38-23 here for the North Stars.
So that would mean the North Stars have been out shooting the Cougars 8-3 so far in this period.
Puck comes back over to Parker in the corner. Parker gets it up to Berard. Berard fires it over to Logan Evans on the far side corner. Evans just out of his reach, but comes up with the puck anyway. Now loses it. Cougars now trying to get the puck out front with a shot. There is Fontaine. Good save by Melstad. Fontaine has it in the corner. Nice behind the back pass to himself. Gets it over to Andrew. Andrew now in behind the North Stars net. Still with the puck. Has it in the corner. Gets it back. Berard intercepts. He tries to get it out. Cougars come up with it again. Fontaine trying to get it to Young. He couldn't do so. Winnick keeps it in at the point. He gets a shot away here just wide of the net as Melstead kind of pushes it aside. Young now comes up with the puck. Dumps it into the corner to Andrew. Andrew still has it, hanging on it in the corner. Deflected there by Logan Evans. Evans trying to get it out for the North Stars, and they finally relieve some pressure there, getting it over to Skatch. The coach is yelling for a change. Only one guy comes off. Muchaguganap goes out. Cougars come back in. Young with a shot. What a save there by Melstead on the blocker's side. Wow. That would have tied the game, but what a great save there.
Melstead has made some spectacular saves in this game, and that was just one more. And more importantly, he was able to keep that puck in front of him and leap on it and stop any further play. Get a face off, let the North Stars get the players out there that they want some fresh legs.
That was close there. And the North Stars really having some trouble there in the last few minutes trying to get the puck out. With the Cougars really putting a lot of pressure here. Tate Riom now with it on the far side corner. He pushes it forward. Northstars trying to get it out on the far side. Muchaguganap putting some pressure here on the Cougars in their own zone. Nychuk now trying to get it out. Tate Riom intercepts here in the neutral zone, gets over the red line, tries to dump it in. Park intercepts in his own zone. He comes back, tries to fire it out. Sure enough, here comes the Cougars 2-on-1. Over to the far side, Nychuk with the shot. Oh, what a save by Melstad. Nychuk can't believe he missed that. Goes to his backhand, and Melstad made the save between the pad and his glove on the glove hand side.
Well, we've seen a lot of odd man rushes here. The North Stars, again, trying to press, getting caught, and all of a sudden these Cougars have snuck a player or two in behind them, and away they go.
Wow.
Nice.
How the North Stars allowed a 2-on-1 this late in the game with a 1-goal lead at this point is beyond you and me probably, but what a great save by Melstad. Manger now coming the other way. Stuckless getting the puck on net and just out of Manger's reach there. Now here comes the big man for the Cougars going the other way, loses the puck. Parker picking it up now, skating down the near side here, getting it in, taking it to the corner. Tilbury on him. Parker, nice move there, and the crowd acknowledging that move. Kept in at the point by Stuckless. Manger now helping him out. Stuckless has it at the point. Parker going off as one skate down the ice about does it for him. I wasn't being too nice today to him, eh? These Cougars now forwarding the puck. Logan Evans getting it over to Caleb Ross. He fires it up to Stuckless. Stuckless losing the puck to Whitney. Wow, good hit there by Logan Evans. Young coming up with the puck, getting it over to the far side. Garbutt now coming in on the far side. He has the puck. Nice stop there. Caleb Ross all over him. Oh, Alex Murray almost took off with the puck. Would have been a 2-on-1. Here comes Alex Murray now through the neutral zone. Has Hunter Rambo with him. Murray taking the puck deep into the corner. Nice job there, going in behind the net. Oh, tried to fire it out front. Muchaguganap was there, couldn't get the puck to him as it went off the net. Guganap now with the puck in the corner. Gets it back to Hunter Rambo. Muchaguganap now getting it back to Logan Evans with a shot from the point and just a little bit wide. And Tate Riom coming with a shot from the point and off a skate there. Young now has it. Young with the man out front up to Fontaine. Fontaine coming in. Nice move there. Good play by Tate Riom with a nice hit. Alex Murray coming back 3-on-1 the other way. Hunter Rambo coming in. Gets a shot away. What a save by Cook. Rebound. Oh, good job there by the Cougars now clearing the puck. Coming back again the other way. Cougars coming down around Riom. Shot. What a save by Melstad. Wow, back and forth action here. 7:30 left in the game, and it is wide open. Cougars now coming, gaining the zone. Has it right just inside the blue line. Getting it back. Battle for it on the far side boards, and here comes Linklater. Linklater now has Alex Murray right in behind him. Cuts to the center, over to Murray. Murray with a shot just high and wide on the blocker side. Cougars now trying to get it out. Caleb Ross fires it back in, and some of the North Stars changing up. That's Alex Murray coming off. Sketch going on. Puck in the corner. Cougars trying to get it out. That's Park going in behind his own net. Park firing it up to the far side, intercepted by Halcrow, and Sketch coming the other way. Whistle goes. It was a gloved ahead pass. 6:45 left here in the third.
And we'll take another break. It is still 5-4 for the North Stars. You're listening to the North Star Hockey on the Arctic Radio Network and ThompsonOnline.ca.
Jeez, that was a good match of action there. Just as we get back, Alex Murray had a couple of chances there, and so did Henry Muchaguganap.
Yeah, it's back and forth, and the pace has certainly picked up. As we said, I think the North Stars are a better better hockey team out there with a little faster. It seems like when they have too much time to move that puck, they get, I don't know, little too careful and they more time to screw it up.
Wow, Galarno with a pass to Stuckless. Stuckless with a shot and just a good save. It went off a leg and then Cook able to make the save. Puck in front now. Cougars trying to get it out. Parker keeps it in. Parker now with the puck. Gets a shot away. Oh, what a save there by Cook. Oh, another puck. There it is. Stockless with the goal. Holy cow. 6-4 for the Northstars with 6:02 left in the game. Parker doing a great job of keeping the puck in. And then Stockless getting the rebound and putting it in.
But, you know, there's something you don't say too often about, you know, Parker. He's usually back on the point there, but he was right in front of the net, and he was a force out there. He's a big lad. And
oh, you're absolutely right. He did a great job of keeping the puck in at the point. He cut to the net. You never usually see that out of him, and he cut to the net, got a great shot away. Cook made the initial save, and then Stuckless went and jumped on the rebound and was able to get the goal in as he had a wide open upper side of the glove hand side there.
And for Stuckless, that's his 16th of the season. He leads the team in that department, 16 goals. And it's a big goal as it gives the Northstars now a 2-goal lead with 5:52 to play. You know that we're getting down to that time when goalies start to get pulled, and we'll expect to see that here in this game too, depending on what happens over the next 3 or 4 minutes.
Berard pushes that puck forward and he passes it out front. Cook makes the save and he hangs onto the puck there. A little bit of pushing and shoving there after the whistle, but the Northstars with the lead, keeping their tempers calm there. And
so these two teams will play again tomorrow afternoon, 1:30 at the CA Nesbitt Arena. The Northstars are winding down their hockey season, 44 games. After tonight, they have just 5 left. They're all at home. Central Plains next weekend, and the weekend after that will be the Parkland Rangers.
Much Guggenap with a shot. It goes high and wide, and Hunter Rambo trying to get the puck here in the corner. Guggenap comes up with the puck, passes it back to Halcrow with a shot. Blocked there by the Cougars. Cougars now grabbing the puck, going out with it. Gudnason, he fires it in. Dalglish tries to go after it, but Tilbury comes up with it in the corner and has it. Loses it there to Alex Murray. Murray chops it out. Right to himself, gets the puck back, going in, gains the zone to the Cougar zone, takes it into the corner, has it, tries to fire it out front, off the post, and it comes out, and a whistle is blown by the ref for the net being off.
So we've got just over 5 minutes now to play, and the Norman Northstars, the only goal-scoring team so far in this third period. They came into it leading 5-4. They now lead 6-4, 5:09 here to play in the third.
What a timely goal there by Stuckless. If the Northstars sure needed one there as an insurance marker. Stuckless now with a pass back to Caleb Ross at the point. He dumps it in. Park intercepts. He fires it forward. Nychuk coming to pick it up on the far side here for the Cougars, trying to get the puck out front, and no one there to receive the pass. Nychuk picks the puck up again, fires it in behind the net. Stuckless picks it up now for the Northstars. He gets it up to Manger on the far side boards. He fires it across to this side. And it's going to go for icing here with 4:44 left in the third period. It's 6-4 lead for the Northstars.
Ethan Stuckless is 16th of the year. Gives the Northstars a 2-goal lead, assisting Parker and Monjay. That was a big goal, as we say. It was getting a little nail-biting time. That gives the Northstars a little bit of breathing room. You hope that they don't let the foot off the gas too much. Keep the pressure on. Keep it down in the Cougar zone.
Cougars come up with the puck, try to fire the puck towards the net. Goes in behind the net. Fired out front, and a good save there by Melstad. Parker now gets the puck for the Northstars, gets it up to the Stuckless. He thought he got it out, but it was kept in. Stuckless now getting it over to Galarno. Nice move there in the neutral zone. He fires it over towards Parker. Goes up now to Young. Young on the far side, kind of all by himself, gets a shot away high and wide on the glove hand side. Puck comes all the way out. Cougars try to fire it back in. They have to clear the zone. Berard picking the puck up. He leaves the zone here for the Northstars. Gains the Cougars zone. Nice move there. Takes it into the corner. Fires it up front and catch. Deflects it, and Young makes the save there. Cougars now coming back the other way. Dumped in by Young. And the puck is kind of lost there, and Linklater comes up with it. Tries to backhand it out. It goes up in the air. Logan Evans bats it down. Right into Young. Young now coming in. Tries to get a shot away. Good deflection there by Logan Evans. He deflects it right into the corner. Cougars now with a shot just a little bit wide. Chudley here on this side tries to deflect it in. Logan Evans picks it up, fires it up the boards. And Whitnick picks it up, gains the Northstars zone, loses it, comes out. Skatch gets it up to Berard, 2-on-1. Berard now trying to get it out front. Good deflection there. Pass back to the point, over to Halcrow. Halcrow with a shot. Nice save there by Cook. Whitnick now has it in the corner. 3:08 left in the third period here. Cougars trying to get out of their zone and maybe pull the goalie here eventually. Whitnick now trying to push the puck forward out of Fontaine's reach. Malsiak grabs the puck and goes for a whistle.
And we'll take another break. 6-4 is the score for the Northstars. Just under 3 to play. You're listening to Northstar Hockey on the Arctic Radio Network and ThompsonOnline.ca.
Well, we're back at the action here. Murray with the puck here. Alex Murray with a shot. Oh, what a save there by Cook. Park now with the puck here for the Southwest Cougars. In behind his net, dumps it up the far boards. Tate Riome able to keep it up on the far side. Lawrence now here for the Cougars. Over to Nychuk. He was checked there by Parker. Muchaguganap comes up with the puck. He tries to fire it forward. Park intercepts here in the neutral zone. Checked there by Rambo. Rambo comes up with the puck, fires it in, and the Northstars go for a change. Cook plays the puck off the boards. Cougars now in behind their own net, firing it up the far side. Trying to get the pass out. Intercepted there. Here comes Stuckless now. Gains the Cougars zone. Over to Galarno with a shot. Oh, what a save there by Cook. He hangs on, no rebound allowed. 1:55 left in the third period here.
Well, and the good play about that is it keeps the face-off down in the Cougar zone. It means that they have to keep their goalie down in the net at least until they are able to gain control and move it out. And the Northstars will be doing their darndest to make sure they keep the Cougars hemmed in down there and keep most of the play here for the remaining 2 minutes down in the Cougar zone.
Galarno comes up with it in the corner, back to Stuckless, out to Manger. Manger gets a shot away, but the Cougars block it. Galarno now with it over to Manger. Couldn't quite handle the pass. Stuckless coming up with it in the corner. Over to Manger. The Cougars come up with it. Nice move in front of the net. Logan Evan intercepts. Stuckless dumps it back in, and Manger going to get it. Young plays it. Pass out front. Cougars coming out of their own zone. Tilbury on the far side. Checked by Logan Evans. What a great job by Logan Evans here today. Cougars now coming back in. That's Whitnick coming in with a shot high and wide. Murray now with the puck. Passing it up. Here's Muchaguganap going in on a breakaway. Guganap shot. Oh, what a save there by Cook. Doesn't see where it is. Muchaguganap tried to put it out front. Cougars come back the other way. Whitnick now gaining the zone here on the Northstars zone. Alex Murray tripped him up, and that'll be a penalty with 55 seconds left. He's going to get a hooking penalty.
Well, that's the first penalty since early in the second period against the Norman Northstars. And when you look at that score sheet and you look at their penalties, it's all Alex Murray.
Yeah, and I was going to say he's doing such a better job of not going into the penalty box, but you know, and he's had a great game here today. It was actually one of the things I was going to mention to the coach when we have him up after the game. There was him, and Muchaguganap was really stuck out here today.
They have been flying out there for sure.
Really good.
All sorts of chances, yeah.
Charles Manger as well, and Stuckless, you know, Galarno really coming together here in today's game. Really good to see some of those veterans kicking in and doing what they're supposed to do.
Well, there's just under a minute here to play in this regulation time. The Norman Northstars have a 2-goal lead, but they're down a skater in the penalty box as Alex Murray is in there. And this face-off down in the Northstars zone, there's been a timeout called by the Southwest Cougars, and we'll see what happens to their net, whether they get 2 extra skaters or not. I suspect.
Why wouldn't you pull them right now?
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, they got, you know, whether you lose by 2 or you lose by 3, it doesn't matter at this point in time. So, sure enough, there he goes. So Cook is going off.
The Cougars trying to win this game. If they win it, they're in the 8th and final playoff spot. Right now, they're sitting in 9th, just 1 point back of the Thistles. But the Thistles were losers today. And win here by the Cougars would vault them ahead of the Thistles, but they do have their work cut out with just 55 seconds to play.
Cougars win the draw, and Boychuk with a shot on net. Park now gets a shot, all blocked here. Caleb Ross trying to get it up high off the glass, and it does go out. Boychuk couldn't keep it in. Galarno chasing it down. Galarno trying to get the puck. Park comes up with it here for the Cougars. Stuckless on him right in front of the Cougars net with no goalie. Park now getting it back. Whitnick over to Young, out of his reach. Parker with the shot, and he fans on it, and he missed the open net. Park now for the Cougars. Gets tied up with his guy. Stuckless trying to get it out. Gets it up to Galarno right at center ice. Galarno can't get the puck forward. Whitnick gets it over to Andrew. Andrew coming in with a shot. Scores! Wow, 8 seconds left, making it a 6-5 game. That's a power play goal. And the Cougars, wow, this will be tight. We've seen goals scored with 8 seconds left in the game.
It certainly can happen. I mean, the Cougars were able to score in the first 54 seconds to start this game, but it's going to be tight, and the North Stars get one of their skaters back on, so the difference now will be 6 skaters against 5.
What a shot. And look at this. Young now coming in, gets a shot away off the side of the net here for the Cougars. Puck comes out front, can't get the puck in. Little bit of pushing and shoving right in front of the net. A 6-5 North Stars win, and pushing and shoving hasn't stopped yet. Parker going at it with somebody here, just pushing and shoving a little bit here in front of the net.
Parker and Fontaine, I think.
Yeah, it is Fontaine.
Words. Fontaine, 3 assists in this hockey game, and he came close to having a goal or 2 himself. But at the end of the day, it is a 6-5 victory, despite the goal by the Southwest Cougars with just 9 seconds to play. They had a manpower advantage, and they also pulled their netminder at that particular moment. So they had a couple of extra skaters out there. And Andrew just whistled that one high and right over the shoulder of Melstead. But Melstead, give him full marks. He faced 29 shots tonight, stopped 24 of them, and made some really tremendous saves here throughout this hockey game. He gave up the first 2 goals, 2 goals in the first 4 shots. But after that, goals were hard to come by for the Cougars, and another victory here for home ice on a Saturday for the Norman North Stars.
What a great job. And Henry Muchaguganap getting the offensive player of the game here for the North Stars, and well-deserved. Man, he was all over the ice. And for the defensive player of the game, Brendan Melstad, I mean, some of those saves that he made tonight coming across on a 2-on-1 there, and a few of the other saves, really impressive. Nice to watch and see today here. And what a great all-around effort here by the North Stars.